Hi everyone, today we are going to make a baby cocoon. You'll need some yarn, a 41 peg loom, a darning needle, a tape measure, and a yarn hook. We're going to start by making a slip knot. And placing it on the peg above the anchor peg. Go ahead and tighten it. Then we're going to start with the E-wrap. So we're going to make little E's on every peg on the loom. So again, we're just making little tiny E's all the way around the loom. We're going to push these stitches down. That's going to make it easier for the next step, where we're going to do a flat knit. So we're going to start at the anchor peg. I'm just going to lay the yarn on top of the peg and take the bottom loop over the top. Again, we're just doing a flat knit. We're just taking the yarn, placing it on top of the peg, taking the bottom loop over the top. You want to do that the entire way around. You'll want to end up right back where you started at the anchor peg. This finishes the row of our flat knit. So we're going to now start at the anchor peg again, and we're going to do a knit one, purl one. So here I'm knitting, and now I'm going to do the purl stitch. There's a purl. Now we're going to do a knit, and a purl. For the purl, you put the yarn, the working yarn, below the stitch on the peg, and you pull up on the loop. Sometimes the loop gets stuck, and you can take your yarn tool and pull it off of the peg, and then tighten. And here's a knit, and another purl. And we're going to continue this for a total of 15 rows. After we do our 15 rows, we're going to do the U-knit for 8 rows. So we're just taking our working yarn and making the letter U around the peg. So it's actually called the U-knit stitch. And again, it's just you're making the little U. We're going to do the U-knit stitch for 8 rows. If you don't have a row counter, I would suggest you write down your rows on a piece of paper to keep track. It's very easy to get lost, so I usually just mark my rows as I go when I can't find my row counter. Now we're going to start knit 2, purl 2. So we're going to knit 2 stitches, then purl 2 stitches. So here's our knit. Now we're going to do our purl. So the yarn will go below the stitch on the peg, and you pull it through the top. Lift that stitch off the peg. Place the hoop on the peg and tighten. Again, pull that yarn through the bottom, make a loop, take it off the peg, put the little loop over and tighten. So we're going to do 2 knit and 2 purl. We want our baby cocoon to equal about 20 inches, so it's important you keep track. And I'm going to go kind of slow so everyone can see exactly how I'm doing the knit and the purl. So if you have any questions, just leave them below. But I'm not moving real fast. Just take your time, you don't have to rush. Again, we're going to do this for about 20 inches. Okay, now we're going to take our working yarn and start at the anchor peg. We're going to take the yarn and wrap it around the loom 1.5 times. So just wrap it around because we want enough yarn so when we bind off we won't run out. Even if we have a little bit too much, that's okay. But normally I just do it about 1.5 times. And take a pair of scissors and cut off the yarn. Then we're going to take our darning needle, thread the needle. We're going to start right by the anchor peg, place our needle into the loop, pull it up. Again, we're going to place it in the next loop and pull it up. Pull that working yarn that we cut off, pull it tight. It's going to be a little bit of a mess at first, or seem like a mess, but really it's controllable. So you want to do this for each peg, and we're removing the yarn off of the peg. Again, continue this process the entire way around. Okay, we're coming down to the last few pegs here. We just want to get those off, and then we will have the cocoon off of the loom. Then we're going to pull that string of yarn tight. So we're going to close the hole. So you want to pull it tight, and see there's still a hole, so I have to figure out how to tighten it. And you want to work that piece of yarn around, and that'll do the trick there. Then we're going to turn it inside out and sew the loose end into the cocoon. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, we just want to close the hole. So however you can close that hole, just sew that up and close that hole. After this, we are going to be done with our baby cocoon. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!